how can Epstein-Barr virus affect fertility? So that is a great question. Epstein-Barr virus, the stages of the body, so it actually can compromise every single structure in the body. It also can cross the blood-brain barrier because it attaches to mercury. So anything that does that then is able to inflame the central nervous system, and it will push brain structures into a deeper and deeper state of stress. And if you understand the body, neurological structures are actually what, regulate and control the functioning of everything, functioning optimally. So the pituitary gland is actually responsible for the whole endocrine system. So that will have a big effect. So it's the hormonal response system of the body. So you're going to have a problem with hormones, and that would obviously have a big role that it plays into, fertility. But also another area would be Epstein-Barr virus affects the liver and the methylation pathways. And one of the main ones in particular is the liver detoxification pathways is methylation pathway, and that's the one that processes hormones. So I find that I don't think it's that women struggle with Epstein-Barr virus more. It's probably more noticeable, the symptoms and the signs for them, because when they're not able to kind of process those hormones month to month, it shows a lot, with our monthly cycle and those things. So that will have a big effect on, once again, the reproductive system, hormones in the body, all of these different things. But there's also another level to it. So Epstein-Barr virus has like a pattern where it will compromise, so it will sit in the liver, and it waits until your body is under stress and dealing with something else, and then it will go and actually attack the thyroid. And once it compromises the thyroid, I have found that it can literally go and affect every single structure in the body, and the ovaries would be one. So with Epstein, with any virus, what it does is it actually can it implants its genetic code into your own cell, so it affects at a cellular level. So each structure will be almost compromised to a different level depending on the severity that someone has Epstein-Barr virus to. And obviously you would hopefully understand that, in order for a person or a lady to fall pregnant, we would need all of those structures functioning optimally. We would also need to be in a relaxed state. So because we're stuck in this deep state of stress that Epstein-Barr virus just continually pushes our body into, if the body doesn't have enough resources or it's stuck in that deep state of stress, it won't give the resources to reproduction. So, even the same as digestion slows down. All of these things are not as important as that fight or flight response. And so, there's often, I don't know if you've heard how people will be trying for a baby for years and then they go on holiday and they suddenly fall pregnant. And that will be because they've gone away, they've reduced that stress level, and they've switched back into their parasympathetic nervous system where they're relaxed, where their body is not in that deep state of stress. And then that's really, the reasoning why they ended up falling pregnant. So there's quite a lot of things to do with fertility. And obviously when we want to have a baby, we would want to be in the best health possible, because I didn't realize I had a lot of problems with my children or as babies, and they had colic, they had a lot of problems that later on I realized why. You actually pass on your microbiome, so your gut flora, to your baby. And because I was in really not a good place when I had children, I didn't look like I was sick or unhealthy, but I had Epstein-Barr virus to a really high level. And it had affected so many structures in my body that then that health platform, it almost then affected my children in that way. And with women, as I said, I feel that they almost have Epstein-Barr virus to a higher noticeable, kind of symptomatic way, because they've got so much more to deal with. You put in the mix of baby and sleep deprivation. Every time you're under more and more stress, it's just an opportunity for Epstein-Barr virus to build up again and again. So they would be some of the key reasons around fertility. Really, if you are having issues with fertility, there's probably a lot going on in the body that's not functioning correctly. When people are stuck in like a deep state of stress, they will overproduce cortisol, and cortisol will mask symptoms, you see. So generally, by the time somebody realizes there's an issue in their structures or things functioning correctly, there usually is a massive or a really big issue that sits behind it. And after healing hundreds of people, no matter what they came to me for, like I have in the past had, fertility, they wanted to have a baby, or maybe they were in kind of adrenal exhaustion, or it was their thyroid, or their hormones were out of balance. Whatever it was, you have to heal the underlying cause. You also have to heal neurological structures so that the person gets taken out of deep survival stress, so their body is in a place that it can function in the state that it needs to be in to heal and repair. So I hope that answered the fertility question.